Hello, Greaseballs, and welcome to The Grease.
I want to know, what is the grease? That sounds better, huh? What's the grease, girl?
Where this week we're doing something a little bit different. We will be summarizing, analyzing,
deep diving,
scuba mask, every drag-related franchise. I guess I should say who I am, right?
Maybe.
I am your host, Princess Capella, joined today by none other than Joshita.
Reporting to you live this evening with your weekly drag updates.
I'm excited. We had a lot of drag to get through. We have 6 seasons right now, or is this 7?
We've got 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 6 going hot right now. So we felt it was better to just kind of give it in a general update rather than like spending so much of a deep dive, I guess.
Yeah, because we do like doing the more involved reviews, but with both of us working, full time, plus the holidays, plus being really big gay sluts, it takes a lot of time.
Effort and time.
So if you're out there and you're an editor, but you're really cheap and you want to get in my DMs, that's fine. But you have to be cheap though. Like I can't.
Like hooker cheap.
Yeah, hooker cheap. Like if you'll do it for a pan of chocolate on the side.
I mean, bitch, you're gonna get letters from me now.
So we're starting off with Dragula season 6 episode 8.
Yes, Frankenhooker. I love saying that.
You better work, Frankenhooker.
It's so fun. And also, have you ever seen Frankenhooker?
I have not. Is it amazing?
I've never seen it either.
Oh my gosh, the Grease movie night.
We might have to. I legitimately kind of want to because I looked it up and it felt like a less diluted version of what we did get this episode. I do think that there was a couple moments that were sort of disconnected in what the monsters brought, but Frankenhooker looks like one of those really fun, like late 80s, early 90s kind of like gore comedy situations that I feel like would be really good.
Starting off, Asia Consent survives the extermination from last week, which was getting a tattoo.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, I mean, the tattoo looks fine. They kept saying like, oh my god, it's such an ugly tattoo.
I mean, it kind of is. It's a huge, huge tattoo. I do get that. It's like, well, shit, I guess you really got one, but it's an extermination challenge, so.
As far as extermination challenges go, they didn't have to get their knees pierced, so.
Oh my god.
Had you just forgotten about that?
Yep, just had gone past my brain, but we're back now. The way that the edit came across, I felt like something weird was about to happen, like the whole episode. And I was like, something is gonna happen with Yuri, and I don't know what it is. Like, why does it feel like something is about to happen? Did you get that at all?
No, something did happen with Yuri. Asia, this was her first extermination challenge. So Auntie Heroine must finally be respecting her position in the competition.
Yes.
Because according to her, you should not win the competition without ever having to go to an extermination. Let's make out if I'm wrong, but out of the current lineup, is Pi the only contestant that hasn't gone to extermination?
Yeah, I believe so. Because they mention it at the end of the last episode where Pi is like, well, you know what? Give me a fucking curse or whatever. Like, curse me then if you want to. Because they had never been in the bottom, right. And Auntie thinks that you shouldn't win unless you've been in an extermination challenge, which I don't really get, to be honest, because they don't show your talent like a lip sync does. You know what I mean?
No.
So
her extermination was a lip sync.
Which is really ironic. I don't know if I agree or not. Probably not.
Yeah, I definitely don't agree at all. The Fright Feet was a cute little Dragula trivia moment where the monsters are hooked up to shock collars. And Joshita, I'm curious, how many of the questions do you think you would have gotten right? Because I know you are like the biggest fan of Dragula that I know.
I got all but one right.
What would have tripped you up?
If I had a list, you know what? Do they have it listed online what the questions were? I don't think it has the question. But I would have gotten shocked once, but I think I would have given Asia a run for her money.
Pie and Gray Matter were the only other queens to get a single question correct, and Asia got 2. So she gets to curse a queen with baldness right before they go on the stage.
Snatched!
She curses herself.
Yeah, what a boss bitch.
I was very conflicted in the moment. I was like, okay, is she fucking stupid for doing this, or is this like a stroke of genius?
Right, because I mean, remember when Abora got her wig snatched and it ended up like being better in the end than it on Titans? So I was like, well, maybe Asia has something up her sleeve for this, because she did end up turning out that fucking brain in the end. Like,
it was really cool.
And it looked it looked really good.
Yeah, because she was talking about her wig that she had for this look, and that it was thirsty and ratty and like bad. So she was like, fuck it, I'll just be bald.
No thank you on that one. In my mind, like, this is Asia's to lose, I think.
For sure,
it just
100%.
It just feels that way. And then we get to the actual Frankenhooker performance where they have to do like it's a music video, and they fully have like a whole like car moment where they're all like, it's like such a campy situation with all these fucked up monsters.
It's like Whitesnake almost.
Yes. And fucking anti-heroine literally is like spraying cum everywhere, just like raining down. It was such a fun idea for an episode and a theme, in my opinion. Like, and what we got from everything too was like pretty varied. Like, Pie really was something that I thought was out of the box, and we'll get there.
Yes.
And then Yuri was just, and I thought was like nail on the head. Like, I was like, what the fuck? And I thought it was like gross and glamorous. It was really good. Who was your favorite?
Yuri and Asia were definitely the standouts for me. I also really liked Gray Matter. I think this was the first time that Gray Matter was sexy.
The fucking electric titties.
I would say sexy in a more feminine way, because I think we've seen Gray Matter be sexy in a more masculine way.
Yes.
Up until now. And I loved, the car battery titties. I think the spines, and the kind of like, looked like she was part millipede or something.
Yeah.
Like, it was like exoskeleton. It was really, really cool construction. Anti-heroine's performance, I think, was good.
Yeah.
But the look itself was a little like a 2 on the nose. You know, it looked like a kid's representation of Frankenstein, and then someone said hooker.
Yeah, it was just like a little, like you said, like too cliche, I guess. And then like, I don't want to say it was too campy, because I do like the elements of camp in like almost all of the monsters' looks, but like it was like cartoony a little bit.
Yes, cartoonish. That is a good way to put it. And I got the same kind of thing from Pie, too.
Yeah, I will give you that. It's fair, because it was like, if it seems like, because everybody else was doing these like kind of bloody, gory, kind of horror-based situations and sex-based situations, and then you get this kind of like pastel palette thing like going on, where it's like, okay, like James Majesty did that on season 2 and it was good, but I don't know about this.
I do want to say, even though Yuri and Asia did well, I don't think anyone was nearly sexy enough. For a Frankenhooker challenge, I don't think anybody was sexy enough.
Yeah, well, and you know what? Eventually, Yuri wins, and I think that's why she wins, because she was the sexiest out of everybody, even though, maybe she wasn't like as sexy. And I agree with you fully. Like, it could have been way more over the edge, and not just,
I wanted like a Katya level.
not just like throwing around a dildo or something. You know what I mean?
But the actual like performance sex appeal. That's what I wanted to see.
Yeah, but when they did show Yuri's, when they were getting critiques and they went and showed like sections of Yuri performing, she was really feeling her pussy. Like, she was getting it. And the Boulets ate it up. They were like, you fucking did flips and you were rolling around? Like, she really, really brought it. And I feel like it was like, she was like, it's do or die now, man.
Yeah, well, and it was surprising in a way too, because like Yuri has kind of been coasting in this competition up until this point.
That's putting it lightly.
And for them to like really go all in on something like a lip sync, where that's not necessarily a strong suit that we've seen from Yuri on either of the franchises yet, was surprising.
It fucking hurt so bad because it ended up throwing Pi and Auntie in the bottom, which I mean, Auntie, whatever. I kind of would have put her there myself anyways. I was just like, I kind of thought Pi's interpretation of it was like out of the box, like I kind of said earlier. And I thought it was worthy of getting through to the next round. I guess that's where I'll leave it at, because like it wasn't my favorite look, but I don't think it was that bad. Oh my God, sorry, my dogs are screaming.
Somebody had to go, and I'm not sure who I would have put in the bottom over Pi.
Yeah, and that's really what it is. Like, it's like the cookie crumbles like that when you get this close to the finale, and you know, you're gonna lose somebody who you love and wanna fuck. Oh my God, my dogs are going insane.
Okay, but here is the tea, right? That Yuri won, but she stole this look from a designer, it's Jade, down to the boot flaps, one being up and one being down. Like, oh my God.
I know, and then because I saw that post online, and the person, the artist, literally like just exposed her online. It was like screenshot of her liking the picture, screenshot of her following me
from
like
6 years ago.
Mama. Oh my God, but oops, still was the best look.
I mean, yeah, the look was incredible, but what's like crazy to me is, and I'll give Yuri the benefit of the doubt, maybe she said in her confessional, this look was inspired by this designer.
Right.
But to not get ahead of it on social media and say, this look that I did this week was inspired by a designer, you know, and give them credit.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, just to be completely radio silent about it, because they haven't said anything yet. They haven't addressed it at all.
That was
crazy.
Weird. That was weird.
It was weird. That was real weird.
We get the bottom two with Auntie and Pi, and they have to face a like mini freezer extermination challenge where they get like locked into like a freezer, like a locker that's like a freezer, and then they get sprayed with fucking mist. And yeah, I mean, I always kind of question, you know, how actually legitimate these things are. But a lot of people online were like, that's one of my biggest fucking fears. Like, I hate that. And I was like, I didn't realize people were freaked out about that so much.
What extermination challenge would get you? Like, what are you actually afraid of?
Frogs.
That's so funny.
No, I don't know. Probably, I could do some of the piercing ones, but it makes me very mentally uncomfortable. Like eating stuff, it's just taste. Like you can get it down.
Physically, I don't know. The eating ones, I don't think I could do just because of my surgery.
Right.
But
well, if it's just a little cup of horse cum.
Yeah. Oh, well, if it's then it's going down smooth.
I don't even need a chaser.
Yeah, I don't know. I think about that because there's very few like physical things that I'm afraid of, except bats. That's like my one thing I'm afraid of.
Bats? Well, and I'm sure
even then it's like,
I'm sure they won't have bats because there's a rabies risk there.
Yeah, exactly.
So you'd be safe.
I think we should go on Dragula.
Let's fucking go. I mean, I would love to do like the one I did on season 2 with the paintball guns. I would love to just shoot everybody and get my rage out.
Yeah.
And I would absolutely do the tattoo one.
For sure.
Fuck yeah. I would have fun. It would be fun.
It'd be a cute camp little time.
I would dive with sharks. I would jump out of a plane. Like, I just really hope I wouldn't have to do the piercing one.
Yeah, the piercing one would be bad. And a couple of the other ones, I feel like they would just awaken something in me, like the GIMP room or the electric shock ones. I think that would just fuck up my sexual activities.
It would just give you a lot of baggage. So, fuck bullshit. We end up losing Pi. And you know what? I honestly, like, I wanted to see what Pi was going to do in the finale. And I
Yes.
have a very strong feeling that Yuri's just going to get chopped next week.
It would certainly be the comeback of the year for Yuri to win, you know, because they haven't been strong.
Oh, yeah, the Dead by Daylight. So, yeah, there is another challenge, and I do feel like it's probably just going to be... Unless Yuri comes up with something and pulls it out, dude.
We shall see. But for now, Anti-Heroine moves on to next week in Dragula. On to Thailand, episode 6, Hunter, Lover, Mother, aka the first Rusical for Drag Race Thailand.
Yay, Rusicalina.
The mini challenge of this episode was a horrific ASMR food eating orgasm combination thing that was,
God.
oh my God. I like genuinely had to fast forward through it because I hate eating noises.
You do? You don't even
And-
like the ASMR stuff on, like, online?
No, I don't get ASMR from people eating food. I get ASMR from really ugly people singing really well.
Okay. I guess we will take it at that.
What can I say?
What can I say?
So anytime I look in the mirror,
I'm like, yeah.
but yeah, I couldn't stand it. I like legitimately had to kind of skip through it because I was just like, bleh, bleh. But Godland wins and she gets to assign the rules for the Crocodile Hunter Rusical.
Why is... Is this a cultural thing going on?
I would love for somebody to key us into this because Crocodile Hunter, I think like Crocodile Dundee.
Oh, no. For me, Crocodile Hunter is Steve Irwin. The Crocodile
Yeah.
Hunter.
It's one or the other, right? It's like those are the crocodile guys.
Those are the crocodile men. So what's the tea on this and why did they do it? Is it a phenomenon over there? Is it Dundee or Steve Irwin? And those are my questions.
Yeah, because it didn't seem, the actual Rusical itself didn't seem, I mean, it wasn't about, there was nobody in a khaki jumpsuit and a hat fighting with a crocodile. So, I don't know. I think it might be more of a term that you use for like somebody who is rich or something. I need somebody to explain it.
Someone please tell me about it. Godland seems to kind of be like running away with it. She's won many things.
Yes. Which is funny because in the first couple of episodes, the judges were like reading her on the runway and she was just like, you guys don't understand fashion. I hate it here. Like, fuck all of you.
You don't
And
get it.
yeah, she's really kind of turned around.
You do not get it.
Godland's performance, she had every word in that Rusical and she was acting a fucking fool. But she was crazy with the acting. And that really surprised me because I didn't really think, you know, Godland's kind of more of a fashion girl.
She's more of a fashion lady.
That's right. So that was surprising coming from her.
But she won it. She won that musical.
I thought Nane Spira could have edged out with the win here because she came out like a fucking bomb.
Bomb.
You know, like as soon as it was her chance to be on stage for the Rusical, it was just like a fucking explosion.
Like those moments where they're like, okay, I have to pull it out now and it's the time.
Yes. And I really liked her outfit on the runway. The runway was Love is Blind. Godland gave silhouette, like for sure, was beautiful. But me personally just kind of preferred just a little bit on Inspira.
A little bit.
How have you felt about CM Percy throughout this season? Like what is your, because we haven't talked about Thailand much. Like how have you liked her so far?
Off the bat though, she seems like she was the girl that like came out of nowhere because nobody knew her at the beginning.
Yeah.
And I was wondering like, okay, well, is she going to be like the dark horse or is she just going to be kind of mid? And turns out.
Yeah. Well, Sam Percy, like, her entrance look was, like, insane. It was
Yes.
so beautiful. It was like something you would see on Miss Universe.
It was
or,
really
like,
good.
But she was really, really in the Rusical. Like, she was fumbling with the words. And the outfit just didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Even though I will say, The runway theme being Love is Blind, what does that mean?
I know, I'm like, what are they supposed to be blind?
A lot of them were. And the judges really read her for the presentation and not understanding the runway. But at the same time, I'm just like, what does that runway mean?
Yeah.
What is that even?
That's a little bit weird, especially if we don't, I guess they might get a different directive though, too. Like a little bit of a,
That's true.
here's a little blurb on what we expect.
Gigi Ferocious and CM Percy landed in the bottom 2. And Gigi's lip sync was crazy good. And I really hope that CM Percy would come back for a Versus the World or something like that, because she like lives in America.
Oh yeah.
So I think she probably speaks English really well.
I forgot about that.
So I think it'd be great to see her on a Versus the World season, especially because like her fashion is really, really
Right, and then we would at least be able to still have that Thailand representation.
Godland gets the win in Thailand. Gigi wins the lip sync, moves on to next week, and CM Percy goes home. I like saying her name a lot.
Goes
CM
home.
Percy.
Goodbye. See you later, pussy.
Percy.
Up next, we have Drag Race Down Under. Episode 4. It's called Fierce Fabulous Fashion, and we have a design challenge. I forgot what the mini challenge was.
The mini challenge was What You Unpackin'. Was kind of a revamp of the like voting game that they do.
Oh,
So
yes.
it was like all the queens voted on who's the biggest dumbest bitch, and you have to.
And
it was
Princess
like
won.
you had to say. Mhm. Just remember all the blackmail I've got on you on this hard drive, mama. So they had to like pick a pit crew and do like and that's how they picked their fabrics. It's a really confusing mini challenge, to be sure.
Who won? I forgot.
Well, okay, so like nobody wins the mini challenge because what you do is like, if you get the question right, you get to choose a briefcase, and the briefcase is a fabric you can use.
Yes.
So Brenda got the choice between 2 fabrics, and I believe Lucina also had a choice between 2 fabrics.
Brenda Brist.
Brenda Brist.
I love saying
Best
her name.
name ever.
Brenda Brist. And the entire episode, it was another editing vibe where I was like, Mandy is either going to win or lose this episode because she is talking her shit up. She's like, I need a fucking win. I'm a designer. I am going to win this fucking challenge.
Well, and the expectations for Mandy being a seamstress were crazy high.
Oh, yeah. Everybody was talking about it in the first design challenge, even about how they were intimidated by her, and she was the one to kind of watch in terms of the design.
I love popcorn. I probably eat more popcorn than anybody would ever expect.
After college, I stopped eating it for a very long time. I got so sick of it.
We did eat a lot of popcorn in college with the spices on it. I don't do spices anymore.
Yeah, we did do the spices.
I make such good popcorn. It's crazy. None of that microwave shit with the fucking PFAs in it. None of that. You gotta get that jar of coconut oil, like butter flavored coconut oil. And you gotta get your Flavicol.
Ooh.
I bring my own Flavicol to the movies to put on movie theater popcorn.
What is that?
It's like yellow salt that they put on popcorn.
Yellow salt?
Yes, bitch. Oh my God. You are so behind on the popcorn floor.
Yes, I don't eat a lot of popcorn. Oh, bitch. I found Sprite Zero Cherry Lime. So
That sounds good.
it's amazing.
I want to try the Starry Cranberry.
Ooh, I haven't seen that one.
Because Sprite changed like 3 years ago from Sprite Cranberry to the Winter Spice or Winter whatever Sprite.
Yeah.
And it's not as good.
I haven't tried that one. I don't think it would be good.
It's not exactly comparable. Oh my God, you need to get caramel apple empanadas. Have you gotten them yet?
No, not yet. Fuck, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. Fuck it.
You better. Oh my God. I bet you they were all just like sitting in a warehouse this entire time because they taste exactly the same.
They were just deep frozen. The company that sells them was like, there is a god.
Nikita being the answer to 3 of the questions in a row.
I know.
Amazing.
It was about her.
Like, everybody's obsessed with her. She's the train of the season.
Trade. Who were your standouts for the runway?
I honestly don't think there were any, like, massive
I am
flops,
so glad you
right?
said that. I was so surprised how good this was.
Like, Lucina and Freya had some issues, but, like, when Freya started walking down the runway, I was like, wait, this is supposed to be bad. And then she turned around and I was like, oh, I guess I see the issues there. But on other seasons, they would have been safe. 100% they would have skated by.
So safe. They're very safe performances, very passable for a design challenge. Like, Freya's looks like someone else made it. Like, straight up. Yeah, I think that some of on Lucina's look, that some of the, like, roses, they're like they look a little kitschy, a little artsy fartsy, whatever.
Yeah, it's like clowny. If she had
Yes.
kind of concentrated them in certain areas, it would have been passable.
Yes, and the garment itself, though, is fitted well. It's a beautiful silhouette. Like, it's a good job. Like, she still looks great. I thought that this was probably the week that we would see Lazy Susan's weakness. And she brought her personality to it, which I think was a great idea. But I do think that her look overall compared to everybody was on the lower end. It was hilarious, and I love it personally, though.
I was intrigued how she was going to put her own stamp on it, and what she did was really, really funny. I was waiting for it too, because you could see her putting those little horns on in the workroom, and then she came out with that wig, and I was like, wait, did she like get rid of that? Like, why did they show it?
Yes.
So that was really fun.
Nikita looked beautiful. That little cunty wig that she put on, I wanted to hit her. I was like, ah.
Well, and how is the outfit that she made like nicer than half of the outfits that she's worn so far on the show?
I know. I'm like, mama. But hey, that's good though. Like, she can pull that out and use it again later on in the season. So
I am actually obsessed with Brenda Breast's failed reveal. I thought it was so fucking funny. It was so fucking funny. And like, I'm surprised that they didn't mention that at all. That like, it was really camp how she did that.
yeah, I thought Vibe looked great. I thought that was like a sexy little gown, and it was like really well put together. She had the bow on top to kind of go with it. I thought she looked really good. I thought it was, yeah, like high or safe.
If Mandy hadn't completely outdone the craftsmanship of anybody else like threefold,
Yeah.
you know, I think we would have seen Max, Vibe, and Freya, or not Freya, Max, Vibe, and Nikita all in the top.
I agree.
Because all of theirs were really well constructed.
Yeah, Max's pants were so good. And then, I think that's what it came down to. You're absolutely right. Is that Mandy literally constructed and like did so much more work than everybody else all in one dress. It's not my favorite dress, to be honest. It's not necessarily my style, but it is so well done, and I love the uncovered shoulders. The wig she's wearing with it is beautiful, and she completely deserves a win on this one.
I'm very happy that she finally got a win because she seems really, really strong, and she's been doing well. So finally, for her to get a win.
This to me is very down under drag too. Like, it's like very in that vein. So I was happy for her.
Brenda Brist is safe, leaving Freya, Armani, and Lucina Innocence to face off to What About Me. And where has the song been all my fucking life? Holy shit. I took a shower right after watching this episode, and I like put that song on immediately because I am a slut for any like cheesy 80s, you know, like butt ass music.
Butt ass.
So that was amazing.
They don't like Lucina at all. They just throw her in the bottom every episode, no matter what.
Yeah, this is what is this her third lip sync?
Yeah, dude. She was circling the drain anyways, but yeah, she ends up going home.
What I thought was weird about Lucina's performance was that she gets this kind of smile stuck on her face.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, because her the way that she paints is like really cunty.
Yes.
So she gets like this really cunty like eye makeup, and then she has this weird kind of half smile plastered on. And like meanwhile, Freya is giving like every emotion, like every drop of emotion in her body and wringing it out and pissing it all over the stage.
Pissing it.
She's pissed. She peed everywhere. Freya Armani moves on. Lucina Innocence goes.
Does not.
New Zealand.
New Zealand.
We are on to Canada's Drag Race premiere, episode 1, Go Off Queen.
Mama.
And we have not only the first pit crew member contestant with Minnie Wang, but also the first makeover recipient contestant, Michaela Couture. Eat your heart out, Nebraska Thunderfuck.
Very true. And I would like to correct you because Spain has the first pit crew member. Maggie,
oh my God, you're right.
Maggie J-Lo. It was this season. Anyways, Go Off Queen. I'm so happy we have Canada back.
Yes, and shout out to Helena Poison. I love her.
I knew you would love her.
I watch her on YouTube. Like, she does like YouTube stuff, and I've been watching her for probably like, I don't know, 5 months or something.
Okay.
Hey, bitch.
Yes.
I'm so happy.
I knew that you were going to love her because she was like, I'm an elder emo and blah, 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 blah. I was like, oh my God.
After my own heart.
And she really, truly, she kind of gave me Diabetti vibes, but a very seasoned Diabetti.
She does seem like she really knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
It's super exciting.
I know. I'm excited to see what she does. I'm just excited for literally everybody on this season. You know who fucking wowed me? Was fucking Michaela and fucking Virgo.
That was insane. She's, oh, wow.
I, like, holy shit. I did not expect her to be this good.
She has studied the craft. Remember how Sasha Bell came in and was like, I've cracked the code.
Yeah.
I know. No, like, this bitch actually has been doing the research.
Like, okay, Frisbee Jenkins.
So for our first week, we're bringing back the Rosebuds a little bit, because Canada's always got to have like their own little twist, whatever.
There has to be differences.
We have a music video where the queens have come with a prepared verse that they've got to give us a little lip sync, music video, choreography.
Oh, and their entrance looks counted as part of the first challenge. So it was like entrance look, music video, and then runway. So it was like, I love when they do shit like this. It's so fun. And then it just gives them an easier way to give bottoms and tops.
Have you seen the tea about Terra Nova calling out a local venue for chicken shit gig?
Chicken shit gig! Yes, I did. And then I also saw today that her viewing parties all got canceled at that bar.
Well, maybe she should start up a little YouTube gig.
Let's go there and find that straight man and fuck his dad.
I mean, I'm sure they've completely ruined their reputation.
Yeah, 3750. Come on.
That's insane.
If that's their song, that's bad.
I didn't really write down anything specific for the music video. Did you?
Other than fucking Virgo and Michaela literally also Helena got in here there and did her fucking thing. Like, I was really, really excited after that because, you know, a lot of the times you'll get those alt queens that come in and they don't really turn it out like that. Layla McQueen. And holy shit, like, I was like, this bitch has got performance down, like, for sure. But I'm
so happy that you like Helena because we were gonna break up.
We were gonna break up over her. Oh, good. I think this part, in this point, Michaela just outshone everybody.
Michaela was definitely head and shoulders above everybody else in the music video.
But I don't think anybody had like a particularly bad one.
For the You Oughta Know Me runway, I'm kind of like, okay. Me personally, why did Tiffany and Co get a thorn for her runway?
Oh, because it was boring as fuck, that's why.
No.
It wasn't bad though. Like, I see what you're saying though. Like,
yeah, I mean, for a category that's like You Oughta Know Me, and it's like you're bringing in who you are.
Yeah.
I think that the judging should be more subjective.
Though I really didn't like her entrance look.
Oh, really?
It was like a weird...
The, like, blue.
Yeah, it was like I love the color, but like it was a very strange...
It's really stiff.
Yes, that's perfect. It was very stiff. Sangina, I really like her personality a lot, but I'm wondering how long she's gonna make it with her drag there.
I'm kind of like, I'm just hoping that like somebody just gives her some stuff.
How do you feel about Oh My God?
I don't know.
I know.
Is her thing real? Does she really
religious?
love God? Her makeup, I don't know what's going on there. Like she's got that harsh.
It's interesting. I'm wondering, she looks like somebody who could be dangerous, but then she also looks like somebody who could go home second. Okay, and here's my real question. Have we officially got on camera a real demon twink in Xana?
Oh my God. No, I think you are right. I think you are right.
Even the way she looks in confessionals, you can tell she's nasty.
Calling this bitch out.
She has nothing nice to say.
What I thought was weird about Virgo Queen's outfit is that this is a like, you ought to know me. And the first thing she said in her confessional about the look is, I've never worn anything like this before.
Oh shit, I didn't notice that.
I thought that was weird.
That is weird.
And then I'm like, why would you do that and knock my girl Helena out of the top?
That fucking wig.
Beautiful, yeah.
Oh, that made my titties tingle. Oh my God, that wig, baby.
Well, we have no bottoms this week, a lip sync for the win between Virgo Queen and Michaela Couture.
Did you think Michaela sort of fizzled out? Because I sort of felt like, what happened? Where'd the energy go?
What I was wondering is like, is she, because it's just a lip sync for the win, I'm like, is she kind of holding back so that people don't see yet how good of a lip syncer she is?
It felt that way because I was like, why are you not fucking serving this to us? Like
your mama taught you.
Like your mother taught you, and I know you can. But Virgo really fucking, and the song was very fitting for her kind of like disco-y outfit. They turned this episode out. I was so happy that we got this top two, and Virgo deserved the eventual win that she snatched.
And next week is some sort of alien invasion acting challenge, which
I cannot wait for.
Can't wait. Yeah, yes, 100%. So we are taking a trip down to Espana for episode 9.
Down to Spain.
Drag Legends Makeovers. I guess it would be like, from Canada to Spain.
It'd be more like over.
Like,
over.
Yeah, it's like west or east. I mean, I guess, is it west or east, or is the globe a circle sphere? So.
Oh, I thought it said west.
A cube is a 4D square.
A cube is a 4D square. That was the one I got wrong. I said a cube is a sphere. A cube is a 4D square. Yep, that was the one I got wrong.
Oh my God, we had a full circle moment. I love that. For the Drag Legends Makeovers, Javier Calvo is trying to give me a fucking heart attack. Because when he comes out during the opening, and they like give their little 1-2, he's half fucking naked on the stage. He like is just wearing a blazer with no shirt, and he like takes the whole thing off. And I'm just like, how am I supposed to get anything done today?
All I'm gonna do is DJ my cat for the rest of the night.
It's over with. The mini challenge is a culture game where you have to answer questions, but there's like a balloon that's a titty, and the sissy gas is going into the titty balloon, and you have to answer the questions so that you're not the one holding it when the balloon explodes.
Oh my goodness.
It was incredible. Vampirashi, how do you say her fucking name?
Vampirasian.
Vampirasian.
So it's like
wins.
Vampira and Kardashian.
Vampirasian. That is so fucking hard to say. I've never said her name out loud before.
I know.
And it's very difficult. Vampirasian. Oh my, it sounds so Midwest. Vampirasian.
Vampirasian.
That's so,
Vampirasian.
so bad. She fucking wins the mini challenge, Titty Explosion.
Titty Explosion.
And she
the
gets
mini
to
challenge.
assign the queens with their drag legends, who are famous older queens from Spain, which is like such an amazing idea.
They need to do that in the US version at some point, because there's been so many people like online being like, they need to do a Legends season of Drag Race, but it's like none of those queens would actually do it. So like bring them in to do something like this, where they're just like the makeover person, and they can like still have a little moment and say their bit and then be good.
Yeah, and what was really fun about it too was that the drag legends brought their own look. So the design part of the challenge was the queens making an outfit to match it.
I
so
love
like
that.
the makeover-y didn't have to wear a frumpy, ugly piece of shit.
That's so smart.
That was really fun, and it was, I mean, obviously the makeover episode is always like very, very touching.
Yes, all right.
I thought that Vampirasian did an excellent job of recreating Sergio Saitana's garment. I actually thought that she should have been in the top over Chloe V2.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I think as far as the outfits going together, that Vampirasian's goes together much more with Sergio's than Chloe's does with La Patrick.
Yeah, I do too, to be honest. I think that there's a much more of a disconnect with Chloe V2 there, but it could have been like also because a lot of the times in the makeover, they like take into consideration like the relationship between the two people, and like people who get along a lot better or have like a really cute connection will always do better.
And I mean, also Chloe really sold the fuck out of it on the runway.
Yeah.
But just like for me personally, I was kind of like,
She wins the makeover, and then we had Mariana, and who else was in the bottom?
Mariana and Le Coco.
Le Coco.
Coco went fucking off on this lip sync. It was amazing. She was swaying her fucking arms all over the place. Like she was doing the, fucking cacacao bitch. Yeah, Mariana was just nuts. She wasn't gonna get it.
She wasn't able to keep up.
No, I mean, she was keeping up pretty well, if I'm being honest, but because she was like doing the splits and doing cartwheels and stuff, but it was all about Le Coco in this lip sync. So Mariana Stars goes home, and we are left with our top 4 for Drag Race España. So that's exciting. We're coming up on the finale for España, and then we're like almost at the semifinals for UK.
I know, it's so crazy.
And we're close to the semifinals for Dragula too.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. We are at that, actually. It's the next episode.
All coming together.
This week for UK Season 6, we are graced by the presence of the roast. I love the roast because it's either like absolutely cringe trash or somewhere in the middle or really, really, really good. These are always really exciting. And then on top of that, when you have a queen who is like Lavoie, who has been around for a long time, who's been on the microphone for a long time, and is just able to do this, I always get really excited. The theme of the roast was a little bit lost on me. Why were they clowns? But
yeah,
whatever. I won't complain on that front. Who did you like? What did you think?
There was no mini challenge.
Okay.
The Relisa Slaves got to decide the performance order because she won last week's lip sync for Your Life.
Got it.
So our current contestants has to roast those that have been eliminated. I found the actual roast to be insane.
It was not really a roast most of the time.
I think that's kind of my issue with the roast challenge in recent memory. A lot of times it is just kind of a comedy challenge and it's not fully a roast.
Yes.
But it seems like, on the last season of All Stars, they didn't really care because it's a non-elimination season. It didn't matter that people weren't really like going in, so to speak, I guess.
Except Vanjie.
It's a roast! It's a roast! Both Relisa and Lil seriously forgetting what they had written down was, I thought they both made it kind of funny, which is redeeming, for sure.
Okay.
And as much as I think Relisa's material wasn't a roast, I still think she did have some good jokes. And it was kind of the same with Lil, where she had some actual good material, but both of them just straight up forgetting so much was tough to watch.
I thought that Lil did a better job, to be honest. I thought that she recovered a little bit better and actually did get some laughs out of the recovery, which usually doesn't happen. Oh. I don't know. They both were off the mark, and I just think Relisa just didn't want to do a roast, really, because she knows what one is, but she just did something complete. She just did a stand-up set, and I don't think it was that funny, to be honest. But holy fuck, the roast was completely like worth watching by the time we end up getting to Le Voix.
But we can't skip past the extremely questionable decision of Kyron Thrax's choice of playing Claggy Crevice. And then she was saying in the workroom that she had gone to clown college. Did Kyron go to clown school, or was she being Claggy Crevice in that moment and making her character? You know what I mean?
Right. I don't know. I don't know
either.
Fucking Claggy Crevice, which is...
It was bad.
Yeah, it was just a little bit cringe, but I don't think Kyron did like a terrible job. It was just like off. And it was like so weird because like Kyron was immediately like, this is what I'm doing a character and I'm gonna win with it. And it was like, ooh, hold on. Le Voix probably did one of the best roasts I've seen in a long time.
I mean, she murdered the roast.
Yeah.
Hands down, no questions asked. She could have kept going.
I was cracking up the whole time. I was just like, I would have just paid for that ticket, sat there, throw money at her, even though I hated her fucking look. Oh my God.
Oh, with the weird like 3-prong wig.
I hated that fucking wig so much, but I give her a complete pass on it because she was so professional and seasoned and just goddamn good at this roast. Like, she was so good.
The judges critiqued Marmalade as being too nice. Or, I mean, wait, no, being too mean. Sorry, I wrote the exact opposite of what I wanted to say.
I didn't get that. It's a roast. It's a roast.
Maybe it's a British thing or something, and like maybe we're like Americans are just meaner. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe we're just mean.
I don't know. I don't think it was. And I thought Marmalade really knocked it out of the park. She did a lot better than I thought she actually was going to do. And then when we, like you're saying, when they got to the critique, I was like, what? Like, they thought it was mean?
My issue with Marmalade is that everything she says seems to have been planned out like a week in advance. You know what I mean? Like, do you remember in the second episode, I think, where she had been fighting with Chanel, rest in peace, and the next day, like, Marmalade comes back and is like, I have something to say.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
This is me. And I was just like,
calm down.
Everything gives off this energy of being prepared, but not in an effortless way, not like a Rolodex of hate type of way, where it's like someone like Le Voix, she has a response for every single thing that she says, and it doesn't come off as, I thought of this 3 days ago.
Right. I get that.
Did you see the tweet that Marmalade sent out about an unaired joke?
No.
Oh my gosh, okay, I have it right here. I'm gonna read it to you.
Okay.
Oh, at Drag Race UK BBC. Released the clip from the roast where I said to RuPaul, Ru, you are to the music industry what Andrew Tate is to misogyny. Go on, I dare ya.
Who the fuck is Andrew Tate?
Oh my God, you must be so... Your life must be amazing that you don't know who Andrew Tate is. Andrew Tate is a horrible man who sex trafficked women and is like in prison or something in Romania. He does like Hustlers University. He's like the reason why young guys are like spending a bunch of money on crypto and negging women.
What? He sounds
he's
terrible.
A horrible, horrible man. And he's really, really misogynistic. So like, I'm confused by this joke because you're implying that RuPaul is really good at music because Andrew Tate's really good at misogyny. And she even said later, like she replied to this tweet saying the joke is I was saying it as a compliment. They probably cut it because it didn't come off very well.
It probably just didn't make sense because I can't even make fucking sense of it over here. And I went to school for drag.
And I went to clown college.
What about the runway?
Semi-final vinyl. I think it was kind of a slay across the board.
Honestly, it was. When I first watched this, the entirety of the runway, I thought that they said semi-final final. And I was like, well, what does that mean? Like, what?
Bitch needs to get his ears cleaned.
To be honest, I was bored by Kyron and Lavoie on the runway this week. Lil, Marmalade, and Relisa all were slayannas for me. They were, well, maybe not a slayana for Relisa, but the other two, I fucking loved Lil and Marmalade's look. Marmalade alone should have just been patted on the head and sent to safety.
Marmalade's look was one like for the record books.
Ugh. And the little fucking
Gorge.
needle. Oh, I loved it.
Her mind.
Her mind.
Relisa, I did not dislike whatsoever.
I didn't dislike it
I really
either.
love the color of the gloves and I love latex. Oh my god. But she looks fucking hot.
Oh yeah. She looks beautiful in that look.
I fucking loved Lil too. And I agree that I thought Kyron and Lavoie was a little bit boring, especially Lavoie.
Oh, I know. It's like a biker nightmare.
It gives her like a horrific shape, unless she's, if you're trying to go for the triangle David Burns, like really go there, and it's like, okay, semi-final vinyl and then wearing records, thinking nobody else is gonna wear the records, like everybody's gonna be wearing records.
Yeah.
It seemed obvious. And then Kyron,
It wasn't bad, it was just boring.
it's well constructed, it fits her well, but yeah, it's just boring.
So we end up having Lavoie snatching the win, obviously. Very well deserved, didn't matter. She could have came out on the runway
In a diaper.
butt naked, farting loud as hell, and she still would have won.
Oh my gosh.
And we get Lil and Relisa in the bottom two, and god damn it, I thought it was Relisa's time to go.
I did too. I was like, there's no way she's gonna kill another lip sync. And I just wish that Lil would have taken that skirt off sooner.
I
don't know that it
know.
would have really made that much of a difference,
Yeah,
but I wish that she would have.
I agree. Yeah, I don't think it was in the cards for her to win the lip sync regardless, but I just didn't want Lil to go home. I was like, I would love to see her in the semi and just see her really go for it one more time, but...
So unfortunately, Relisa killed this lip sync and sent Lil home.
No.
Lil is such an interesting drag character. She was really, really entertaining on the show. I loved her attitude towards a lot of it.
Yes.
Like the Rusical, when she was just like, well, I'm never gonna have to do it again now that it's over, so.
Well, guess what, bitch?
And I love that.
She should be on a UK versus the world because she is so British. Like, she's very, like, I just love her so much. I want her to come back so bad. And hopefully they'll do a regular All-Stars for the UK at some point.
Crazy that hasn't happened yet.
Well, they do have UK versus the world, but who knows? Well, I mean, like, France and Philippines are both doing All-Stars now, so.
And I think the UK would be better suited possibly to an All-Stars than only doing UK versus the world.
Right, and we've got 6 seasons of it now, so there's plenty of queens to choose from.
Well, Yoshida, do you have anything else to say? Speak now or forever hold your grease.
Well, my negative karma is really coming to get me because of La Grande Dame quitting drag. So, I don't know. My life doesn't have any meaning anymore.
Yoshida's giving up because La Grande Dame is quitting drag.
And there's now France All-Stars, and she won't be on it.
I am excited to see Sarah Forever again. She's gotta be on that.
Oh, you know she's gonna be on, bitch. You know it's gonna be her and Peach, our number 1 and number 2 are gonna be on.
And I can't wait, personally. We will see you next week with another episode of The Grease, another weekly update.
Another drag update.
Let us know if you like this. We're gonna go.
We're gonna go, bye.
Goodbye.